Police say that 34-year-old Orwin Lynch was found motionless in the vicinity of Mocha Arcadia Cemetery on Tuesday night. Lynch was at the time plying his trade as a taxi driver. Nightly News understands that the dispatcher of the taxi service where Lynch worked sent the victim to Sophia, Greater Georgetown to pick up a passenger destined to Mocha Arcadia East Bank, Demerara. This newscast understands that the driver and the occupant of his taxi had an altercation over money owed for the drop, but there was resistance. Lynch reportedly informed the dispatcher of the passenger's unwillingness to pay him. The dispatcher then reportedly advised Lynch to return to the base, but this advice was not adhered to. Meanwhile, when Nightly News visited Lynch's mother, Corinne Hillman, on Wednesday, she explained that losing her only son at the hands of a stranger is something she still can't comprehend. The woman explained what had occurred when she received the news of her son's demise.
I see them. See the incident? They stopped me. They say, well, we can't go in because to see him, because remember they're doing the forensic test and whatever and whatever and whatever and whatever and whatever. I asked them to cover him for me, and they did that after they done do what they had to do. And then they come to me and asked me to go and identify him if I able to take it, and I said I would. I went there and I can't say what really took place.
When questioned by Nightly News, Hilleman explained that while her son's death came as a shock to the family, she had often expressed concern to her son about him operating at nights.
Did you ever express fear as a mother with the type of with the taxi work, especially working late at nights, going certain distance? You ever express fear to him that, you know, it might...
I would mention when he used to be home here with me, but he lives with his girlfriend a year now. When he used to be home here with me, I would tell him that, well, I don't think that you should work in the night. You work up to a certain time and come off the road. Because so many things you hear and you know about what does be going on. And so you would insist in that.
Hillman stated that it was her son's girlfriend who contacted her expressing concern about his whereabouts. The mother stated that her son would usually work up to a certain time in the evenings.
This is one of the reasons when the girl realized a certain time passed and she didn't see him, she would call him and ask him, and if he's doing his last drop between 9 to 9:30, she would tell him, well, I'm waiting. He would say, well, I'm coming just now. Right? From what she tell me. And he would show up. But he didn't show up. And it get more interested to her that he didn't show up.
Meanwhile, the assailant turned himself in on Wednesday afternoon after finding out through media reports that the taxi driver had died following their heated altercation in the community of Mocha Arcadia. The man told police that the misunderstanding between himself and the taxi driver arose after Lynch demanded more money for the drop. He told police that after he refused to pay Lynch the additional cost, the deceased taxi driver then pulled out an ice picker and charged towards him, demanding money. The passenger informed detectives that in an intoxicated state, he then pulled out a knife, stabbed Lynch, and then left the scene. This newscast understands through a source that based on the statement from the passenger, Lynch initially charged the passenger $2,000 for the drop, but then later added additional cost of $500 due to the distance. The passenger is in police custody assisting with the investigation. Javon Vickery, HGP Nightly News.